Hi, welcome to the Book Chronicles. I'm Shannon.
And I'm Melanie.
And today, Mel's going to do a review. And I have yet to complete any books this month in June so far. I'm still reading Ember the Ashes. I know past weekend, I did upload a part of a vlog, but my cat got sick and a lot of things got in the way, so I wasn't able to finish that because I'm still reading Ember the Ashes, but I plan to go straight to Torch Against the Night. But I'm going to do kind of like a mini haul, just like a 3 books that I've got that I haven't shown you yet, and also go over my TBR. Of course, I'm reading this, and I'm 242 pages into this, and I'm definitely going to finish this tonight. But I did pick up The Ash Princess. And this is by Laura Sebastian, and I believe me and Melissa are planning to buddy read it at some point, but don't know much about it, but I love the cover. And another few books I got The Takedown by Corey Wang. This came out last year. Really intrigued to read it, but I just hadn't picked it up yet. But I'm really excited to get into it.
Is that an Asian-inspired author?
Yes.
Cool.
But this is about a girl, I believe she's in college. Some kind of a tape gets out.
Oh no, okay.
They made up. And she takes them down, the takedown.
So they made a false tape about her, and oh.
Yeah.
That sounds intriguing.
And then Melissa had been really recommending this, and I wanted to pick it up, and I finally found it. I was looking for it, but the first time I found it, it's The Strange and Beautiful Sorrows of Ava Lavender, and I can't wait to get into it. I don't know a whole lot about it, about a girl with wings, born with wings, I think.
Aww.
Melissa highly recommends. This is one of her favorite books, so I can't wait to get into this.
Fantasy driven.
Right. And now for what I plan to read. No, I just started picking back up bullet journaling. I got my monthly Fred.
She is so talented. I could not do that.
And I got my TBR, which I drew some books. But I plan on finishing Ember in the Ashes, A Torch Against the Night, which you already know. But there's 2 I plan on rereading because I feel like I didn't get as much from them the first time I read for them. I just wanted, because a lot happened in my life, and I wanted to reread them just to make sure. I have Reign of the Fallen and Children of Blood and Bone, which I've already been trying to reread that one. I did finish one book. I did finish Legendary. My buddy read that with Melissa, and it was very good. But I plan on finishing up Tiger's Quest. I started that a long time ago. I plan on reading City of Glass, City of Ashes, and Furyborn. But that's what I'm going to start with.
My first book that I read for the month was Stay Sweet by Saban Vivian. It's a really adorable read. It's about this lady, Molly, who sets up an ice cream stand in the 1945 to help her fellow friends deal with their loved ones going off to war. And it takes you into the present day. Amelia currently running the ice cream stand. I won't go into it too much because I don't want to ruin the story. These are going to be non-spoilery reviews. It is a beautiful book. Best way to describe it is adorable. So if you are interested in an adorable read, which is sweet, well, that's why the title Stay Sweet is so perfect, because it is sweet. It is a sweet, adorable read. It is by Saban Vivian. I don't know why I call her Saban, but it's Saban Vivian. Also, since it is Pride Month for LGBTQIA plus individuals, I have finished a few books. I guess I'll start with the worst book I was very disappointed in. I enjoy the fact that there is bisexual representation in this book. However, it was a big letdown, and that is Leah on the Offbeat. I did enjoy a little bit, just for the fact that it was a bisexual main character, but she was snarky, and not to ruin the book, but she needed to be called out on some chiz that she did to Simon in this book. Because in this book, turnaround is fair play, and she needs to be called out on some chiz. Without ruining it, you'll know what I'm talking about if you have read Simon versus the Homo sapiens agenda. You'll know what I mean. Ashley from Ashley versus the bookish agenda. She hit the nail on the head when she was talking about that. But she is a Slytherin type character, very snarky, and that can be kind of cool because I can be kind of a diva and I can be kind of snarky. Although I'm Hufflepuff. I'm in the house of Hufflepuff for Harry Potter, but I can be a little snarky. I did not appreciate where the story went at all. I was so disappointed. But the next book that I have really was intriguing, and that was The Symptoms of Being Human by Jeff Garvin. It is about this individual who is a member of the, not really a transsexual community, but they are on the binary spectrum. One day Riley will feel female, and the other day may feel more of a male. Riley likes to say that sexuality is more of a dial than either you're a man or a woman, or you're transgender or you're cis. So I appreciated that for the fact that they really spelled out what a non-binary character was or individual was. I had actually never heard of what a non-binary representation until I read this book. So this is very educational for me, learning about non-binary individuals and how they may feel male on certain days and more female other days, and they'll gauge differently on the spectrum on different days. It deals with anxiety. It does have some triggers in it. Speaking of books that have triggers, this is the best book that I could possibly recommend for Pride Month or any time. That is Boy Erased. It's by Jared Conley. It is a memoir. So it's a true story by Jared Conley and his experience at a conversion camp called Love in Action, which was sponsored by Exodus International. And it's his experiences going to the camp and his experiences dealing with the trauma of trying to pray the gay away or not be gay. He wanted so badly to fit in. His dad just became a missionary Baptist preacher and he was ordained minister, and they did not believe in homosexuality. So they took him to a conversion camp on his own free will. He went to this conversion camp, and it basically goes through the mental torture that he had to endure with the camp. There are triggers for different things I won't go into because I don't want to spoil the book, but just be aware that it does deal with a few triggers. But this was a very important book to read. The one thing that I'll say about this book that I did not like was the fact that it went from past to present so quickly in the book that you couldn't tell if he was at the camp or if it was before the camp or after the camp or what was going on. I mean, you knew that there were that he was at the camp when he was at the camp, but you didn't know when he was talking about certain parts if it was before he went to camp or after he went to camp, or where in the timeline certain parts of the story fell because it went back and forth so much. That would be the one downfall I would have to say about this book. other than that, I am looking forward to reading Little and Lion. Of course, our butterfly book club book of the month is Simon versus the Homo sapiens agenda, which I am so excited to reread. This is an amazing read. I did enjoy the book. It wasn't a letdown like Leah on the Offbeat was. I was so disappointed. I wanted to love that book so much, but Simon, yeah. He needed to call her out on some chiz and he didn't. I wish he would have. He's such a nice guy though. I'm like, Simon, call her out in this book. She some things that happened to him that she did to him that he wanted him to call her out so badly on. Because she did him wrong. Anyway, we hope you're having a wonderful Pride Month. Please comment below and let us know what you're reading for Pride Month. Like, comment, and subscribe. Please click the little bell icon to get notifications when we post videos. Until next time, I'm Melanie.
And I'm Sharon.
And we wish you
Peace, love, good, and
and many blessings. Bye.
Bye-bye.